Hello guys, it's your boy Mage God. We are back to another video. I hope you all tuned in and you had a wonderful raiding the last days. So today I want to show you what's my gear actually looking like, and we're gonna hop into like a more in-depth guide for Fire Mage and what like build playing, what build am I playing, what stats am I going for, and what is important for the 110 gear score in the future. So right now I will show you like a 3-minute DPS parse on the dummy, so you can see my DPS. It's roughly about 5.5k, 5.6k with Inscribe Stone. It really depends on. And we're gonna start right off the bat with these stats. So first of all, we're gonna see my attributes. You always try to aim for 49% crit. Like no matter how you achieve it, but you want in best case 49% crit. Because you can even go a little bit lower, like 48.5, because you wanna hit the 50% threshold, so it's gonna be around 48 with buffs like classes like Barbarian or Warrior DPS in your raiding team. But usually you say 49%, so you can use the 1% of the potion. If you buy the purple potions, you have the 2% crit increase, so you can play with that stat a little bit. For the next stat, which is really important, is you want to go 6% Omni right now. I mean, I tried 19% cooldown. It's definitely not worth to go 90% cooldown without having the Omni. In the future, if you get enough stats to build 6% Omni and cooldown with the pieces, like for example, um, where is it right now? I will show you real quick where my piece at. Here you can see you want a crit, 140 crit and 210 cooldown. This is like your best to go roll because you want to stack as much cooldown as possible when you reach the crit threshold. So basically for the raids right now, you're just trying to pump everything into cooldown. So everything you try is getting cooldown on the pieces, less you like the mandatory crit rate, and then the rest is like hit and focus. On the 3 hit pieces, you want to hit 3x 210 hit, because for the newer raids that are coming soon, it's required to have 630 hit. So you need like 3 pieces with 210 hit. I'm right now only having like 2 pieces with 210 hit. The problem is on this one, I just didn't roll a good one from the Arcane Realm yet, so that's why I'm lacking here kind of. You can also get it done with gems, but I wouldn't recommend it getting it done with gems because the intelligence is very important, like in terms of damage. So focus, you always try to get the highest focus you can with empowerments and everything. I mean, for right now, you can see my emblems. I mean, also if you want to check out my gear, you can just go in the top rankings and somewhere find my name, and you're just gonna click and you see my aptitudes, like my special skills, what I'm going for. But you always try most of the time to get your Searing Sting in green or blue, purple version, whatever it's like available on the piece. And then you just try to get the best you can roll, obviously. So jumping straight from the stats right now into the skills, I will just show you my talents. Here's important. This is like Fire Mage build. There's also a Fireball build that you can go. It's basically the right side of the skill tree here. But I will probably do an in-depth video about the Fireball rotation and talent skills and everything on a separate video. So stay tuned for that. And whenever I will have the ability to check it out, because it's really dependent on the stats you roll on your gear, so it depends. But yeah, you can see my talents here. You can play a little bit around with the talent here with the crit rate. So for example, if you're using purple potions, you see I have 49%. I put like one away here, so I'm only using one skill in here, and then you can skill, for example, this one, which gives you 3% damage when you're standing still, or you're just putting it here in the heat bump, which is like probably your best bet to get 3 out of 3 heat bump when you can manage to hit the crit threshold. Yeah, that's already it for the talents. From talents, we gonna jump right into the inscribe stones. So for the inscribe stones, there's like very many possible ways to build this inscribe stones. I mean, I will show you mine real quick, like the inscribe stone tree. So we're going over this. It's just important you're meeting your thresholds. So 6% Omni, 50% crit in the end in the raid, obviously, and then as much as cooldown as possible. So the main focus in here should be maxing the cooldown nodes, because cooldown is actually annoying to roll on the stat pieces, so you want all cooldown maxes. Might wanna max all the omnis as well, and then you just go for like focus crit, of course. I mean, crit is a non-brainer, I would say. In the end, you try to get your inscribe stones to boost your right upper left, like your right slot. So basically, you're just trying to avoid as many main attributes, because main attribute is like not profitable that much for your overall total damage. Yeah, jumping into that, my 5 emblems I'm using, it's like Shatter right now for the combo rate, which is really important to have a combo rate emblem when you're playing a crit based class, because you can get the extra damage from the combo rate, so it's basically a free damage on top, which is like the best emblem right now. Tribal Ode is a very good emblem when you're raiding with people that are owning Tribal Ode as well, because Tribal Ode boosts your nearby teammates 50% of your bonus of the main attribute, as you can see. So it's basically, it says it's not stacking, but it is stacking. So when you're like in the raid and 5 people have it, you're gonna stay close to them and you get the buffs as well. This is very good. Third emblem should be Intertwined Fates, no matter what rolls you get. I mean, it's always RNG what rolls you get, and then you have to like reassemble your whole inscribe stone tree. Just try to get as many as possible good rolls into your good slots, basically. Like Resonance 100% is very good. All the cooldown nodes that are possibly buffed is good to have buffed, and crit ones. I mean, it's all RNG. You gotta arrange your inscribe stone on your own. High energy potion is the 4th emblem you're gonna use. It's a very useful emblem, which is a little downtime and boost your damage like crazy. And for the 5th and last, it's the overload. You're just gonna roll it and pray you're getting the bis rolls. And this is basically the emblems you're gonna use for this. So this should be it. You see my inscribe stone. Once again, I will scroll slowly through it so you can check it, stop the video, or just take a screenshot of it. It should be easy to be copied. So from that, we are jumping right into the pass, into the parse on the dummy. So I'm gonna do 3 rotations, basically 3 times inscribe stone ready. We're gonna see if my gear is the right equipped gear. I wanna check something real quick, because I tested a lot around. Like I tested a lot when we got the new pieces yesterday, so might be, but I am having still the 8 set piece, so this is very important. You can drop on the crit damage on the accessories. That's not a big issue. So for now, overall, you can say I'm somewhat all around having tier 2 runes everywhere and couple tier 3 gems. I mean, they dropped like heavily in price, and I'm just waiting. Might gonna switch to tier 4. I mean, I made a lot of gold with the new mods releasing, so might gonna wait. That's why I'm not having tier 3 already, because I might skip tier 3 and just put tier 4 runes on every slot. So, but right now it's tier 2 runes, like empowerments, and a mix of tier 2, tier 3 gems. You can say, I think not all are like min-max. Look, here's 3, but that's not important. So right from that, showing all the stats, showing all the stuff. To make it raid realistic, I will put in a crit potion, because I'm missing the 1%, which usually you get like from the teammates buffs or just away from buffing. So it's, I don't know, I'm not putting a basin down now. You will have a little more focus and everything when you put the basin down, obviously. And for now, this should be fine. Yeah, let's jump straight into the rotation and the parsing. So for Skyfire Mage, you wanna always pop your 1 on the start. The rotation is always gonna look like, let's say your raid leader says 3 to 1, and then you pop your Skyfire. Then you go into 4, 3, 4, X, 1, 2, 2, 2. So you basically spam all your buttons in the duration of the heat bomb. Skyfire is like taking up for a slot, so you're waiting when nothing is ready, you just spam Skyfires. That's basically it. Then you just reproduce the rotation all over again. As you can see, you can also move like freely around. It's just like for the time when you're casting Skyfire where you're standing still. In the end, I will show you a little in depth. I mean, for example, a full 3-minute rotation without talking, without like doing anything, just a straight parse, so you can see my actual damage. If you want to skip to that part immediately and you know like already how to function and how to play your rotation on this type of build, then you can just skip to that part. For now, you see I'm stacking my inscribed stones up like by default, just using all my skills. There is one thingy I want to show real quick. For example, my 4 is now not ready. You either wait for your 4 to be ready with the heat bomb, like you always want both of them in sync, or you just use your heat bomb without the blazing orb and then you just sync it afterwards, because it's gonna get like back in cooldown and you can just use it right away. Look, now my 4 is earlier. Yeah, right to this. That's like one adaptable change you can do to your rotation if you fuck up your blazing orb and heat bomb cooldown. Let's say I use my heat bomb without the blazing orb. Of course, you're gonna get a little less stacks, but this resets like your whole rotation. At some point, you gotta have to move and you have to worry about like some mechanics in the raid, so you're just gonna do it without being ready. But most of the time, you should be able to have it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the rotation. I mean, my X is 6, you're 6. Ultimates are boss dependent, so whatever boss and whatever utility you basically need. The only important thing is that you always time your inscribe stone skill with your 6, so you pop your 6, then inscribe stone, and then for the rotation for inscribe stone, I can go through it real quick. Let me build up my inscribe stone energy so I can show you guys. So I'm not using my 6 now because my inscribe stone is not ready. Basically, we are ignoring the damage right now. So right here, you want to stack the bomb up, then you pop 6 inscribe stone, and then you press 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 until you can't press 3 anymore, and then you just spam your 2s. Go back, praying for some resets, and that's pretty much it. You always want to make sure you sync your inscribe stone with your flame boost. That's the most important thing for doing damage right now. So yeah, that should be it. That's the more in-depth rolling or more in-depth guide on my Fire Mage build. If you're interested or I missed something or you have any questions, write it in the comments below, and see you on the next video.